Hello everyone, it's Dan here from TommusRhodus Support. I'm just going to take you through the theme options available in Pillar for WordPress. Firstly, to access the theme options, you can head to the Customize area here in your WordPress front end, or if you're in the dashboard, you can go to Appearance and Customize from there. Basically what you'll see when you get there is this screen here. If you've been following along with the videos, you will have seen the demo data section, but we're basically just going to go through each of these one by one, just explain what they do. So to begin with, at the top here, we've got, as I mentioned, the demo data section. That basically allows you to import everything from the demo in one hit. Very handy little feature. Obviously takes a little bit of time depending on your server, but a very easy way of getting things set up in no time. Below that, we've got the WordPress default option, which is the site identity area. This is where you can choose your title, tagline, as well as upload a favicon. And below this will probably be one of the areas you'll visit more often, is the colors section. This is where you can start tweaking and setting up different colors as you wish. I'm just going to go and choose some crazy ones here so you can see things take effect. But yeah. Basically, you can start tweaking things to suit your branding, etc., as you see fit here. I'll just pop these back to default because that looks pretty awful. Next up, we've got another default WordPress image, which is for background images. It's not really going to be visible on many pages within Pillar, so it's probably not worth looking at that one too much. Below that, we've got the menus area. This is again another default WordPress option. I personally prefer to use the dedicated screen for this, which you can find under Appearance and Menus. However, if you do want to do it all from one place, you can create and tweak your menus from the options as well. Again, next below that, we've got another default WordPress area, which is for widgets. Again, because of the fact it's so tight, I prefer to work with the dedicated area in WordPress for that, which is under Appearance and Widgets. You can see you've got a lot more space to work with rather than this sort of cramped area here. Next up, we have the front page area. This is something we did look at in the Getting Started video. This is basically where you can change what page you want people to land on when they visit your site, or if indeed you want them to just see your latest blog post if you're running more of a blog site anyway. And below that, we've got the style settings. This is where you can choose the button styles as well as apply your own custom CSS if you're a bit of a developer. And next up, we've got the overall site settings. Within there, you can choose how the slide areas respond or how they act. And below that, we've got the header layout option, so you can choose basically what style of header you want to have on there, whether or not you wish to show the search, so on and so forth, as well as tweak the margins and layouts as you wish. And of course, we've got the logo area in there as well, so you can apply your own logo, and an area where you can specify the particular social media icons and things you wish to display. So just to give you an example, if I choose one of the header layouts which has a top bar, if I was to start filling these in here, I'll just choose some random. So yeah, as we fill these in here, you can see the extra icons are being added as we go. Admittedly, this particular option isn't available in this header style. However, if I was to save that and go to a page which hasn't got an override set, which is something we will again cover in a future video, if we just go to, I'll just pick a random page here. So you can see at the top there, we've got our icons appearing there, as well as the text and things here. So if we just go back into the options and show you this live, you can see in this subheading area here we can pop in our own address. Although it's just a bit gibberish, you can see it appearing there, and we can start adding our own social icons there as well. So let's just pop in, say, Facebook. There you go, you can just see that get added straight away. Next up, below the header options, we've got the blog settings. This is where you can choose what the archives layout is as default, as well as the title, etc. for the blog. In the portfolio area, again, very similar options to the blog. We can choose what your portfolio archive title is, whether the header should have a background, etc., as well as the layout for the archives as well. Same for team. We can choose what the default layout is for those, as well as set the title for the archive page. And finally shop, which is again exactly the same deal. You can just set the default layout as you wish. Now towards the bottom of the options you'll notice the footer option, so you've got various layouts as you wish, and you can customize the copyright text that appears at the bottom if you wanted to, as well as add your own separate icons to the ones on the footer as well. Very, very straightforward, but very simple. And finally, in the Visual Composer settings, you can choose whether or not to turn off the redirection that Pillar uses. Basically what this means is if you were to create a new post or page, etc., the moment you add a Visual Composer element to that page, then we use a blank template to give you complete control, which for 99% of people makes total sense and is perfect. However, if you want to override this particular feature, you can do so here in 2 seconds. Okay, so that's the theme options for Pillar. Next up we're going to go through the overrides. So although you can set a default setting for the header and footer, you can override that per page as well. We'll cover that in the next video. Anyway, I hope this has been useful. Thanks very much for watching. Any more questions, do come see me over at support.